What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today, baby. All right, guys, second video recording for the night. Just got done with a live stream not too long ago. Deb had brought up something that I've seen her commenting about, and I wanted to make a video about it. So shout out to you, Deb. Shout out to my boy Reid, which is who basically this is all after. We're going to call it the Reid method of tapering Suboxone. So what is the Reid method of tapering Suboxone? Well, I'm going to post a link to his channel so you guys can go follow and see his videos on how he did it. But I'm going to give you the long, skinny, short version of it, right? So I've kind of always talked about Suboxone being basically two different levels of Suboxone. And what I mean by that is anything basically over like 1 milligram and up, even up to like 36 milligrams. From 36 milligrams to 1 milligram, that's level 1 tapering. Level 2 tapering, the second level of tapering, is 1 milligram to 0. So it's one thing to go from a higher dose down to about 1-2 milligrams, but then it's another level of complications and physical stuff once you get from 1 milligram to 0, right, guys? So if you follow the Reid method, you're going to go ahead and take a pretty good amount of time to do this, but this is the best way at having the best chances of having minimal to no withdrawals as far as when it comes time to jump off of your Suboxone, okay? So what that would look like is, say somebody that was on 16 milligrams or so, they would take about a year's time to get down to from 16 milligrams down to the 1 milligram mark, and then really slow things down once you get to around 1 milligram, okay? So that would probably look like a full year's time to go from 16 to 1 milligram, and then another year's time to go from 1 milligram to 0, or basically down to like a quarter of a milligram, right? Because if you're at 0, then you're off. So take 1 year to do the first part, step 1, and then take another year to do step 2. If you've tried to cold turkey Suboxone, the withdrawals were too brutal, you just could not do it. And I encourage anybody who's in the position to be able to jump off Suboxone and do like a trial jump. There are some people out there that can get off and go through the withdrawal, and it's not that big of a deal. There's so many different things that come into play. How old somebody is. Hold on, let me turn this off. How old somebody is and how long they've been on the medication. There's just so many different things that come into play, but just kind of generally speaking, this is what we're talking about. So, sorry guys, that TV is driving me nuts. So, basically long, low, and slow, guys. It sucks to take a year or 2 years out of your life tapering this medication, but if you've tried and failed, what else have you got to lose, right? If you don't want to try Sublocade, because for me personally, I've tried rushing tapering. You guys have seen that did not work for me. I rushed too fast. I got too cocky, too confident, too fast. I wanted off Suboxone really fast, and I understand a lot of people can relate to that. They want off the medication. But if you want off and you can't suffer through the withdrawal side effects of a cold turkey, then you need to pay the time and just take the time. And what I noticed with him was that he was consistent. And what I mean by that is he never went up with the dose. He never went through a bad chapter in his life and started increasing the dose. And that's where I really have messed up in my Suboxone tapering career. Is I would go through a stressful breakup, I would have a stressful moving across states, starting a business, and I would let those things affect me to where I would lean on Suboxone, a higher dose of Suboxone, to kind of get me through, I guess, so to speak. And that's where I really have messed up big time in my personal experience in trying to taper off. Reid just stayed constant, stayed steady. He didn't get swayed from his path at all. He just took a good chunk of time and slowly but steadily came down, right? So if you took a year and now you're down to 1 milligram, plan on another year, guys, to go from 1 milligram to a quarter of a milligram, and stay on quarter of a milligram for a good few, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months if you need to. That's okay. And just know that even though a quarter of a milligram sounds like such a tiny, tiny, stupid amount, it's known that that little amount will keep you from going into withdrawal, right? So I know it sucks to do this, guys. I know it seems like overdone, but many of us have tried to rush off and many of us have failed trying to rush off. So plan a good year or two of your life. Think of Suboxone as 2 different steps of tapering, from 30 milligrams to 1 milligram, that's step 1. And from 1 milligram to 0 milligrams, that's step 2. So take your time, come in steady, work with your doctor, tell your doctor what you want to do, and go from there, guys. So don't forget to check out Reid's channel. I'll be posting a link to that in the description of this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys on a future live stream. So we'll see you guys soon. Props to Reid, my boy. Let's get on here, Reid. I need to have you on and do a video with me soon, buddy. And you know that's overdue. See you guys.